All right, welcome back to another week of the Duff Pickem AllStars. Upper left is the Commish, upper right is Groady, middle left is Icehouse, middle right is Skinnnns, and at the bottom right here, I'm the Orange Peanut. I'm your host. We're here to talk to you about stats on Pick'em and other fantasy football related items and NFL items that may help you win your week and maybe win a buck or two. I don't know about you guys, but last week was fun in a lot of ways for that. Skinnnns, what game in particular was fun for you to watch?
I really liked the Steelers game Sunday night. That one felt pretty good. I hit a lot of my high numbered picks this week. But Steelers defense, I've been high on them all year, and they've been really good. And so I saw them against a middling team, and I thought, okay, this at home, Steelers can do well. And they showed it. The only games this year where they gave up a lot of points was to Detroit and that was it, basically. I guess they gave up 27 to the Colts 4 weeks ago. But yeah, the Steelers defense has been riding high, so it didn't matter too much. I guess I saw Russell Wilson starting, and I thought, okay, he's not going to be worse than Fields. So the Steelers defense is top of the game this year. They can hold it. If Russell Wilson can be what he was in the second half, I'm liking them rest of the season.
Yeah, I agree with you. Defense wins Super Bowls is what it does. Commish, what about you? Any game in particular you thought was fun to watch?
Yeah, I agree with Stan that Steelers-Jets game was pretty damn fun to watch Sunday night. Started off a bit rocky up until halftime, but that second half was pretty great. I do wish I could have watched Baltimore-Tampa Bay as that turned into a 70-plus point total game, but I did not.
That was a great game.
Otherwise, I didn't catch much of the noon games or the afternoon games for that matter. I mean, I did. I did watch KC San Francisco, and that was a pretty good game.
You made a comment sometime last week or the week prior at the Davante Adams trade to the Jets that if this, you're kind of looking forward to like if this can't work out, like come on, Aaron Rodgers, you got your guy now. That was pretty fun to watch it because it didn't seem like they were connecting right away, did they?
No, not really. I mean, the first pass to him was incomplete, and then throughout the first half, he had 3 targets. I want to say I think he had either 6 to 9 targets the entire game, and in the second half, he didn't complete a single pass to him.
Yeah, clearly some work that
another fact I read was Davante Adams played out of the slot a lot this game.
Mm-hmm.
And he played out of the slot so much, it was his highest game of his whole career in the NFL, playing out of the percentage plays out of the slot.
Oh,
wow.
Interesting.
Interesting on the trade itself. So, could anybody care to guess the previous team that Davante Adams lost to before he was traded to the Jets?
Oh God. The last time he lost, I would guess that's someone in his division. I'm going to guess the Chiefs. No, what about you guys?
The last team he lost to before
he was traded.
Oh, so like whoever the Raiders played a week ago?
Yeah, it'd have to be someone who's played recently.
I don't remember who they played.
Was it Chargers?
He back-to-back losses to the Steelers.
Oh.
Zing!
Zinger.
That's funny.
That is funny for that. Groady, what about you? Any games in particular that you thought was good to watch?
I've literally only watched 2 games, which was the Steelers, Jets, and then the I have ESPN Plus, so I watched the Ravens game, which I was pretty happy about because obviously have Lamar Jackson, so.
Yeah, they have Lamar Jackson. That's a statement in itself.
ESPN Plus was showing the Chargers Cardinals.
I don't know. Whatever. I watched it either way. I didn't watch that one. Yeah, I wish I literally watched I think like 1/4 of the Denver game because that was just like a bad game.
It was bad. As the fantasy footballers rephrased it, that was a butthole of a game. That was their exact words on that game, and it's like, that's an accurate one for that. Yeah,
I don't think that game was that bad.
No, you don't think so?
No. I mean, if you're a New Orleans Saints fan, it was a bad game, but
yeah, I guess they excuse me. I guess they mean more like on the fantasy football points side of the fence. Unless you had Denver's defense, which you made out like a bandit in that.
Or Williams.
Or Williams, yes. Holy cow. Or Williams for that. Yeah. Yeah. Icehouse, any game you thought that was cool to watch?
Nothing in particular.
Nothing? Not at all?
Like -5.
-3.
I watched half the Baltimore Tampa Bay game, but it's like, I gotta wake up early, man.
Wow.
Boss doesn't watch
wake up the next
football.
morning
Football
and find out
watches
everyone
him.
got injured. It's like, oh, cool. Everyone's injured. That's fun.
Oh, that's funny.
Like,
we out here in Cleveland, we got the Browns game that was playing. There's not really much to watch with the Browns, but there was no one should boo when another person gets injured at all. But there was some relief in some ways that, I don't want Deshaun Watson to be injured. But at the same time, it's like, finally, we can see somebody else in the play in the quarterback slot. So it was nice to see Jameis Winston show up at the very end of that and make some plays. So nice to see him pass the ball. And I think in 11 passes, he passed more than Deshaun Watson had in the entire first half of the game. So that was.
I was super surprised they put Dorian Thompson-Robinson in when Watson went out instead of Winston.
Yeah, that was a little surprising as well, but I think this is one of those, like, well, the season's not looking so good. We don't really have a good wide receiver. Let's see what he can do. We know that Jameis Winston's going to do better things than the rookie can, likely. So, but yeah, now they're both out, and we'll get to that later on in some of the games for that. Let's talk about what our picks did for last week. Commish, how did we do in week 7?
We did pretty good overall. Usually it's sometimes, actually, I think 1 week we had this so far this season was really terrible overall. Did pretty good last week in picks. Stan led the week with 93 points, followed by Eric with 85, me with 79, John with 78, Tommy with 70, Kevin with 66, and Boss with 58. Standouts of the week. Groady was the only one that had Seattle. Everybody else had Atlanta, which was wrong. Stan was the only one who had Las Vegas. Everyone else had the Rams, which was wrong. Kevin was the only one who had Miami. The rest of us had Indianapolis, which Indianapolis was correct. Turns out Amari Cooper was going to come in and help the Bills immediately, and I was wrong about the Tennessee Titans, as I was the only one that selected them.
Yeah.
As Buffalo was the correct pick on that one. There was 2, 4, 6, 8 favorites and 7 underdogs, so a near 50-50 week for favorites and underdogs in terms of picks. On the season so far, Kevin stays in the lead with 514 points, followed by me with 501, Eric with 492, Stan with 425, Boss with 408, JD with 381, and Tommy with 379.
Oh, barely keeping up. Oh boy, for that there. That's good. Wow, kind of saved.
Yeah, I
me
was
at the
looking at
very
that.
end.
Looking at that Jets game.
What,
Only
Chris?
the Jets can fucking. Looking at the Jets, how many people had like double-digit points on Jets, and then I was like, that might have been the difference.
That was, yeah. I had that game circled from
When
all
it
the
comes
picks.
to a lot closer.
Yeah, that game,
Everyone
San
else.
Fran, the San Fran game would have been a big one because we all had double-digit points on the KC San Fran game for that. So
Except
that was
for Boss.
except for us.
Boss, who said never bet against Andy Reid after a bye week, didn't put double digits, didn't take advantage.
Oh,
No.
You silly, silly man.
Silly man indeed. Skinns, let's all raise a beer up to our favorite contrarian here. Skinns for the wins. Way to go, Skinns. Are any contrarian or thoughts about what your strategy is going to be for this week?
Yes, let me get right into it. I'm going to tell you about the Dallas Cowgirls going to San Francisco. They've lost 3 in a row at San Francisco. Dallas's offense, their running game this year is last in the NFL at 77 yards a game. And they've yet to score a touchdown on the opening drive of the game or the opening drive of their third quarter. And on the flip side, the teams they've played in those games have 7 touchdowns to begin a half. And overall, the Cowboys are getting outscored 61-15 to begin the first and third quarters.
Jeez.
So moving to San Francisco's offense, they have 73 pressures allowed against Purdy, which is 8th most in the NFL. But they're only 3 sacks allowed, the second fewest. So they are letting D linemen through, but Purdy's getting out of it. Their rushing offense has 150. They're averaging 150 yards per game, which is 7th. 4.9 yards per carry, which is 8th. And and entering today, though, so going against Dallas, Dallas has allowed the 3rd highest rushing success rate in the league. So San Francisco's top 7, top 8, top 10, however you want to look at it, in a lot of rushing metrics. And Dallas is in the bottom 3 for a lot of rushing against metrics. The Cowboys have also allowed the 2nd most rushing touchdowns and the 6th most rushing yards per game. And so Kyle Shanahan, obviously not without a lot of his top pass catchers, with Ayuk going down. Debo didn't play last week. I've heard he's 50-50 to play this week.
Do you hear what he has?
So feeding Jordan Mason seems to be the right path to success for the 49ers this week.
Did you hear what Debo has? Why he's out?
Pneumonia.
That's like, I don't. Some things you can guess as to how long like someone can be out with. How long does pneumonia last for? Isn't that like a kind of a long time?
It's a week.
It's a week.
Yeah, I think it depends how it's treated with the antibiotics, how much you can get the fluid out of your lungs and just be able to run and breathe clearly. So.
Oh, yeah, that was a surprise to see that.
Yeah, it was kind of a throwback to McCaffrey. Like, oh, we didn't even really know McCaffrey was this bad until game 1 of the season. And then it's like, oh, we didn't know Debo was dealing with something this much. Okay.
Man.
So, Dallas's defense, they already had issues with their defense before the season started. And then they got worse with Deron Bland went on IR in the preseason. And then they lost Parsons and Lawrence and Nealand all in 1 week. So anyone who watched the Cowboys last season, especially the second half, they can tell you Dallas cannot stop the run. Opponents, especially those with who implemented the Shanahan system, they feasted on that defense. And sure enough, Jerry Jones did nothing to fix that this year. San Francisco's defense, on the other hand, The only thing I want to note about them is their cornerback, Chavarius Ward. He got his first Pro Bowl last year, and he was allowing just a 64.5 QB rating when targeted last year. This year, he's allowing a 111 QB rating, 60% receptions. He's their best cornerback. So I like CD Lamb in this week, as long as, and you know what they say. So I like CD Lamb this week against the Niners. And that's where it comes down to is, will Dallas's passing game be able to make up for what the Niners should be able to do with their running game against one of the worst run defenses in the league? Jerry Jones, this is my special note here. I wrote myself. He's done a lot of stupid shit as the owner, and hiring Mike McCarthy was one of them. One of the other stupidest things he's ever done has been not firing him the last couple of years.
Yes.
So, needless to say, you know what they say about Mike McCarthy coming out of the bye.
Oh, what's that?
Nothing. But I'm going to put 5 on Dallas.
5 on Dallas from the Skinnnns. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Commish, what are your thoughts?
I got 9 points, and I got it San Francisco's way.
9 points, San Fran. I don't like the fact that San Fran's as damaged as they are, so I'm going to be going. Oh gosh, I can't go with Dallas. They don't have a run game, so I got to go. I'm going to go San Fran. I'm going to be opposite of Skinnnns and be a 5 on San Fran. Groady.
Yeah, if Jerry Jones had been smart, Dan's Washington Commanders probably wouldn't be as good as they are, because he probably should have fired Mike McCarthy and kept Dan Quinn.
Yeah. Yes.
But despite that, I think San Fran's just a little too injured. So I got 9 points on Dallas.
9 points on us. So a 9 and a 5 and a 9 and a 5 on Dallas and San Fran. Boss, you are the tie splitter, the true tie splitter.
I'll take 6 on San Fran.
6 on San Fran. So we all got some basic ones there. Good deal. All right. Good info. Commish, you're going to talk a little bit about Buffalo going over to the West Coast to fight against Seattle. Pretty sure the Yahoo's updated the over-under correctly for that. I think they did. Yeah. So
they got their spreads are intact. The Buffalo's currently a 3-point favorite in this game.
Ooh, what do you know?
It's a 3:05 game, so it's a afternoon. The two teams have met a grand total of 14 times, with Seattle currently leading the series 8-6. The last time they met was in 2020, when Buffalo won 44-34. On the short season, you've got they're pretty close in points scored per game, 28 and 25 points respectively for 5th and 8th place, Buffalo and Seattle. Points against, Buffalo's defense is slightly better, giving up 4 less points per game on average, 19 versus Seattle giving up 23. The big difference is going to be in your passing yards per game. In spite of Josh Allen's arm, Seattle's currently got the best passing attack in the NFL, averaging 270 yards through the air per game, whereas Buffalo's sitting at 18th place with 204 yards per game. But Seattle's propensity to throw a lot might come against them, as Buffalo ranks 7th in interceptions with 7 interceptions.
Oh.
Neither one of them are particularly highlighted in anything. They're kind of mid-range to low end on a lot of these stats, so I imagine that the offenses and either one should play at will. Of course, the big, I shouldn't say it's a big factor, but it clearly was a bit of a big factor, was the acquisition of Amari Cooper, who instantly came in and was able to make an impact with Buffalo in terms of his on-field presence with the offense and be able to click with Josh Allen. Buffalo on the season is 2-2 away. Come on. Whereas Seattle is 2-2 at home, so kind of got like a 50-50 ball game here. The one thing to note, though, is with that interceptions that Geno Smith has thrown 6 on the year, whereas Josh Allen has thrown none. With it being a 3-point spread, I have 11 points on the game, and I'm throwing it Buffalo's way.
11 points to Buffalo. I will be joining you on Buffalo. However, I see that it's a 3-point game, 3-point spread, so I'm going to just put 4 on Buffalo myself. Groady, what about you?
I got 12 points on Gino's East Pizza.
12 points on the pizza. Look at that. Icehouse has gone to take a poop. Hopefully he'll be back at some point here. Skinnnns, what about you? What say you, Skin?
Oh, are you talking to me? Sorry, I was.
Skins. Yeah, Buffalo.
I had to take a phone call. Until out of town, I had to answer that real quick.
I see.
Where are we at?
Buffalo, Seattle.
Okay, everything's been muted the last few. We are at Buffalo, Seattle. I'm sure you guys all had a lot of great points, and they were wonderful, and they were all finding in place of Seattle to cover this spread, if not win outright against a kind of weak Buffalo running defense. So, yeah, give me Kenneth Walker for 3.
Kenneth Walker for tree for that. All right, Icehouse, back to you. So there's an 11 and a 4 on Buffalo and a 12 and a tree
I'm gonna
on
eat 'em later.
Seattle.
Let's go Buffalo
Yeah,
for
I'll-
lucky number 7.
Lucky 7 for that. That splits the middle for that there. All right. Okay, it's to me. And I chose to talk about Baltimore heading over to Cleveland. This is a 9-point spread, so I assume most of us are thinking possibly low numbers on this one here. In some ways, there's very few reasons why you'd want to actually pick Cleveland to cover this. They're the absolute lowest when it comes to yards per game. They're the absolute lowest in terms of points per game. They are a little bit more of a hapless team. However, there has been some light as to why I think Baltimore and Cleveland will at least show up for some form of a game. Number one is the rivalry just between the two teams, interdivisional, and on top of that, the whole move from the 1990s when Cleveland moved to Baltimore. These are two teams that very legitimately the fans do not like each other. 2, the history as of recent has been somewhat interesting. Although Baltimore leads the series with 36 wins over Cleveland's 14, there has been a very serious back and forth between them each time that they've played. Every year they've played each other, there's been a win and a loss recorded over the past few years. They have not played each other this year yet. There isn't really a clear, like, one wins at home more than the other one with it, although Baltimore clearly wins more in general. A lot of those came out of like the early 2000s to 2010. There has been some stamina that Cleveland brings when they're playing against this team. 3 is the opportunity for Cleveland to show what they can do with a new quarterback. Now, I thought I heard Jameis Winston came into play, but there's potentially performance enhancement allegations or something like that that's now in the background of what he's doing. So he may not. I think he's still going to play next weekend, but there is a chance that he may not, which means the Browns will be applying, since Dorian Thompson-Robinson is out with a finger injury and Deshaun Watson is out with an Achilles, potentially for the season. That puts
the PED is for Jamison Williams from Detroit.
Oh, Jameis. Oh, that's right. Yes, you're right. So Williams is out with the performance hand. So it is Jameis Winston that will be starting for that. Thank you, Groady, for that. I'd like to note
Plus
though
5 points.
that that's exactly what I put. Bailey Zappi is the backup for Jameis Winston. So in case there's something that happens, it'll be a Zappy coming into play for the Browns, although there's really not much to throw to him here. So that's my short roundup of Cleveland. Try to make it nice and sweet and short, as I always do. Let's see. We have 80% of people picking Baltimore on, it's not a 9 points. 9 point on my phone. It's 11.5 points, according to the spread that's on Yahoo. Wasn't that fun? I'm going to drop deuce on Cleveland. I think they deserve it. That'll be my thought there. Groady.
Yeah, I mean, high spread, so low points on it anyways. But yeah, I'll take Cleveland for one. Just, a lot of the guys clearly not happy with Deshaun Watson, so hopefully they'll be, playing a little bit differently with Jameis and Winston out there. And obviously now he'll get a weekend of practice. Obviously they got Nick Chubb back with 2, which is a big boost for them. So, I mean, I'm not saying they could win this game, but I could see them losing by a touchdown to Baltimore. It is a divisional game, so yeah, I got 1 point on Cleveland.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think they'll show up. Yeah, it's good to have Nick Chubb back, as I think he'll be rotated strongly back into the rotation. Icehouse.
I'm taking 5 points on Baltimore as Cleveland slowly becomes Philly Jr., booing it for injuries and whatnot,
No kidding.
or cheering for injuries.
Yeah.
Not booing. They'll boo Santa Claus soon enough.
Yeah,
Come Christmas time, like, don't worry, give them a couple of months. Santa Claus will be there. They'll be booing him and cheering for more injuries or whoever their terrible quarterback is next.
I couldn't believe this too,
it's
that
like,
people were booing or were cheering when Deshaun Watson got injured. I think that's classless. I don't like the guy. I don't like that I don't think he's a good quarterback. No one deserves to be booed when they have a season-ending injury, or cheered for when they have a season-ending injury like that. I'm sorry.
I expect that in Philly, and that's it.
Yes.
Everywhere else, I feel like people.
I don't think the severity
that's
of the injury matters.
Yeah.
Well, that too.
I
yeah.
agree
Everyone
as
knew
well.
that he was going to be done for the season on that injury. Yeah, you shouldn't be cheering an injury, period.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. Have some class, Cleveland. Come on. Skinnnns.
Yeah, I mean, like even college fans, will cheer for the other side when the guy gets back up. So it's like, come on, man. If you can get dumbass college kids to cheer for, when the guy gets up, it's like y'all are cheering when he's like clearly getting carted off. That's fucked up. It's your own
that's
damn
awful.
terrible team.
It's awful. Awful. Sorry, Browns fans. That's bad. Skinnnns.
Yeah, there's been a couple games this year where the Ravens have played down to their competition. Well, they lost to the Raiders for that matter, but all their games except for when they blew out Buffalo have all been within 10 points. And I think Cleveland will step up a little bit at home, division game. And I don't think Baltimore needs to feel the need to blow out Cleveland. I think Cleveland will cover it. It's not outside the realm of possibility that Baltimore can and will run away with it. I mean, all it would take is some splash plays, but I'll put 4 on Cleveland.
4 on Cleveland. And we have to all admit, Lamar Jackson looks unstoppable. Him and Derrick Henry. What a team. What a duo for that. They look amazing. Commish?
Yeah, I got 1 point on Baltimore.
1 point on Baltimore for that. Pretty even. All the way. Not one-sided for the most part. Cool. Groady, you're going to talk about the New York G-Men heading over to Pittsburgh, and that over-under, as of right now, is 6.5 to Pittsburgh. What do you know?
Well, they've met each other a total of 78 times. Giants lead the series 44-31. Last time they played was in 2020. The Steelers won that game 26-16. I picked it because it's funny that it's the Monday night game, and probably the only people who really care about it being the Monday night game are Steelers fans. Giants fans that I'm going to watch, because if they are, they'll turn it off at halftime. The Giants were absolutely destroyed by Philadelphia last week. They ended up benching Daniel Jones for Drew Lock. That didn't help them either. I mean, obviously, it's different conferences and everything like that, AFC versus NFC. So, stranger things have happened, but I doubt with the way that Pittsburgh Steelers defense was playing and how much better their offense looked with Russell Wilson. Obviously against a bad Jets team, but still look good nonetheless. Obviously, if he plays like that and they're playing at home, there's no reason why they can't beat him by more than a touchdown. So I got 8 points. I'm throwing it on the Steelers. I think, them being at home, the way that offense played last week, they're just going to continue to build off of it and continue to put up points. And Tomlin's going to just continue to add to his resume of why he's a Hall of Fame coach.
Yeah, I would. I definitely agree with that last statement, especially for that there. All right, 8 points on Pittsburgh. Icehouse.
Sorry, I got lost in something else.
Oh.
Which game?
Pittsburgh, the Giants, Pittsburgh. Last one. It's Monday.
Yeah. Yeah. I doubted Pittsburgh last week, but they looked pretty darn good. The Giants are horrible. Fuck it, 10 points on Pittsburgh.
10 points on Pittsburgh. I have a feeling it's going to roll this way. Skinns?
Yeah, it's rolling this way. And being the NFL, I'm probably going to be wrong. So. But you got to go with your gut. I mean, Pittsburgh looked good. Giants have still been trash. And this is an even better defense than Philly. So, and it's less than a touchdown. Yeah, give me Russell Wilson stealing the victory.
How many points you putting on Russell Wilson stealing?
Oh, I got 13 on it.
13. Lucky 13 for that.
Stealing.
Third stealing.
No.
Oh, come on, that's terrible.
You know what? Minus 13 points for that.
Commish, what do you got?
I got 7 points on this game, and one of the stats that led me to stay with the Jets for Sunday night was on the season up until that game, the road favorites were 15-0 against the spread on the season. So, thank you, Jet, for blowing that one. This is in Pittsburgh, so they're not on the road. But yeah, 7 points I got it Pittsburgh's way. If that percentage stays with the pick distribution for Yahoo users being 90% in Pittsburgh, it'll be the first time this year that any team has gotten 90% of the selection.
Oh, wow. That's awesome for that. I will be joining that 90% and all of you. I'm going to put, I like to finish the week strong, 14 points on Pittsburgh. So either we're chance to be a good. So this is nice because we'll remember this game. If one of us is down by a little bit, maybe toss something over to the Giants as a just in case, just to move forward with that. Maybe. Okay, Icehouse.
Yeah, you want to lose your points.
Yeah, right. That's never mind. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me for that. Icehouse, you've got Kansas City versus Las Vegas, and I thought I saw that Kansas City is a favorite. There they are. Yeah, Casey's a favorite by 10. What do you know?
I mentioned that. Favorite again. What would have thought? All right, so I think this is a game where both quarterbacks, Gardner Minshew is useless. Both quarterbacks, I'm pretty sure, have more interceptions than touchdowns thrown this.
Oh God, that's awful.
I could be wrong about that. I actually haven't looked into Minshew's stats. I think I read something about that. I know Mahomes has more interceptions than TDs. Mahomes has not thrown a touchdown in his last 2 games.
Wow, really?
Like, damn, man. I mean, and they're still winning. Meanwhile, the last 3 games, the Raiders have lost by double-digit points, and that was before they used their backup quarterback. You know, it's like I don't know that Gardner Minshew was worse than Aiden O'Connell, to be honest. It's like, who should be the backup in this case? I don't know. So they're both bad. No one's doing anything. The Raiders have only scored 20 points twice this season. I don't know. Every time I pick KC in a double-digit spread, they blow it, and every time I don't, well, they blow it. I feel like this is one where it's like, okay, guys, come on. And, you're not that fucking bad. For some reason, it's still sitting at even 10. But, fuck it. Max points on Kansas City. Let's go. Why not?
There it is. Thank you, sound effects, man. All right, max points on Kansas City. I have the Skinnnns. Skinnnns got a max points on KC. What about you?
I'm sitting here with. I already picked it. This is great podcasting. Where did you go?
Don't worry. John's going to edit this into perfection.
Yes,
there will be no delays.
I got 6 points on the Raiders.
Oh, 6 points on the post-Gruden hypocrisy. Okay. Commish.
I don't blame you. If I were all of you, I'd pick the Raiders. I'd be like, my God.
I got 3 points on Kansas City. I just can't trust any quarterback going up against that Steve Spagnuolo defense. That's been the one thing that's been saving them all season, and this seems like a game that the Kansas City Chiefs can sort of try and figure out their offense, knowing that defense should be able to manhandle whoever the quarterback is.
Yeah. I will also be going with Kansas City, and I'm also going to be going a little low. I'm going to put 6 points on Kansas City, and then Groady.
Yeah, I got 3 points on Kansas City. I mean, pretty much after this game, I mean, the Raiders are already in sell mode, but they're going to be even more in sell mode after the game.
Yeah, agree with that. All right. Let's raise our glasses again to our winner of the week, Skinnnns. Well done today, Skinnnns. Congratulations. We're going to talk about a team that is near and dear to Skinnnns as well as near and dear to us. That would be the Chicago Bears going over to Washington to play the Commanders. What do you know about this game, Skinnnns?
This one, since I'm in North Carolina traveling, I haven't had a lot of chance to research everything. But I will give you what I know. Basically, what I have for this game is I'm going to go max points only because Marcus Mariota.
That deserves some points for that one there. Oh my God, that's awesome. Yeah, it is Marcus Mariota starting for the likely starting. I don't think it's official. Likely starting for the Commanders. That will be interesting to see. I think he can get it done though. But Commish, what do you think?
I got 14 points on Chicago.
14 points.
Marcus Mariota had a fun time going up against that Carolina defense, which pales in comparison to Chicago. And if Jaden Daniels isn't starting, there's no way I could take the Commanders.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree. I think the Chicago defense looks great. Although I'm surprised with Chicago being a
Plus, more
Favorite.
importantly, Caleb Williams has never lost after a bye week.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, there we go.
There, interesting.
That's some solid stats right there.
So Chicago, though, this is interesting. Chicago is the favorite by 2.5. Yet 74% of people are picking Washington. Interesting. Someone knows something I don't.
They're probably picking based off of that. They think that Daniel is going to play.
Oh,
It could also be people just doing their picks weeks ahead of time. Also,
I was gonna say, yeah, you can go ahead and look and see all the different picks just without a spread, purely based on who people think are going to win the game.
Yeah. I'm gonna do 15 on Chicago. Groady.
Well, since 2003, the Commanders, since 2003, the Bears, after a bye week, are 10-11. It's not good. They're at 500, but with Matt Eberflus, they're 1-1. They lost this first year, but obviously that was, before they had DJ Moore. They won last year after their bye week. Last year, the Bears did have DJ Moore, and he went for a career day against the Commanders with Justin Fields as his quarterback. And in that game, the Commanders had two of their top defenders in Jonathan Allen and Montez Sweat. Montez Sweat is on our team. Jonathan Allen, I think, is out for the year. So defensively, they are hurting. Bears are not. Coming off a bye week, coming with fresh legs. I've got max points on my Chicago Bears because even if they win by a field goal,
oh my god! Oh my god, that's awesome! All right, and then it comes to Icehouse. A lot of us going Bears. What do you think?
don't forget Icehouse. Mariota has also never lost, coming off a bye playing for the Commanders.
Has he ever been a starter off of a bye week? Period.
I was gonna say he's not coming off a bye week.
Maybe his first season.
Like, he's coming off a benching most
He's
of the
not
time.
coming off a bye week. That's true. Still the king.
I got 14 points on Chicago.
14 actually. That's a
Montez
big game.
Sweat revenge game against the quarterback he'd never give a fuck about.
That's awesome. That's awesome for that. Okay, so that's the main games that were talked about in detail. It's kind of be time to go down the list. Time for quick picks. We got some quick picks. We got Skinnnns starting with Minnesota at the Los Angeles Rams.
If I did not have max points on the Commanders, I got 15 on Minnesota.
15 on Minnesota for that. Commish.
Yeah, I got 13 points on Minnesota.
13 Minnesota. I'd need an underdog, but I don't think I can trust the Rams for this. So I'm going to do 12 on Minnesota. Groady?
I got 13 on Minnesota. Actually, interesting fact I found out today. Minnesota was actually, after the injury to their rookie quarterback, was actually heavily involved in trying to trade for Matthew Stafford. And there's been reports now that Cooper Kupp is available, and Minnesota, again, heavily looking into Cooper Kupp. I got 13 on Minnesota.
The game and a scout.
Mega trade.
Interesting. Icehouse, chance to be a contrarian. We all went Minnesota, big numbers.
No, I don't think so. I already had 13 on Minnesota.
Okay, yeah. So okay, we're all
just go enjoy this ride together, no matter where it goes.
Yeah. All right, next one, Commish. You've got the Cincinnati Bungles hosting the Philadelphia We Hate Santas.
I got max points on this game, and I'm throwing it Philadelphia cream cheese way. Cincinnati chili can eat shit.
I like that too. Yeah,
I would like to point out that Cincinnati, in Joe Burrow's short career, that was the first time he had ever won in Cleveland, by the way.
Oh, really?
Which is why I had the Browns last weekend, because Burrow had never won in Cleveland.
And it still was close. Even with 3 quarterbacks playing for the Browns.
Which is becoming more the typical these days. I'm going to do 10 points on Philly as well. Groady?
I got 14 points on the Bengals.
14 on Cincinnati for that. Interesting. Icehouse.
And 8 points on the Bengals.
8 points on Bengals. Oh, hey, Skinnnns, chance to split. What side do you stay on?
Taking a Niner on the Bengals.
Taking a Niner on Cincy. All right. Got a little split game there. That should be a good one for that. I've got Detroit hosting Tennessee. Is there? We're still doing the Will Levis experience, right?
No, Mason Rudolph.
Oh, it's even better. No, not really.
Yes, it is.
yeah, it actually is better. That's the sad thing about it. Oh gosh, I'm just going to put a lucky 7 on the Lions for that. Groady.
I'm dropping a deuce on Detroit.
Dropping a deuce on Detroit pizza. Oh, Icehouse.
Like 4 on Detroit.
4 on Detroit. Skinnnns.
10 on Detroit.
10 on Detroit. Commish, chance to be a contrarian?
No, I got 2 on Detroit. I don't trust anything Tennessee has to put on that football field.
That's very fair. That's very fair. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. We got Groady. You've got oh God, Miami hosting Arizona. This game will be televised.
I believe Tua is actually coming back for this game. I think.
Oh.
He is eligible. He's eligible. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, whether he comes back or not, I don't know. Even with Arizona's win over the Chargers, I got 11 points on Miami.
11
especially
points.
if Tua's playing.
11 points, Miami, especially for Tua. I would agree. All right, Icehouse.
Give me 3 points on Miami.
3 points, Miami. Okay.
I guess I'm just going to pick all favorites.
Is that the system this week?
I literally have all favorites so far.
You have a single underdog.
9, 10 picks in, and I'm like, yeah, apparently I'm just picking favorites. I don't fucking know anymore.
Wasn't there a week recent, like last week, right, Commish? Last week was was a big favorites week, right?
I mean,
yeah, 13-1.
We'll see how the games go, but so far that's where my picks have taken me.
That's pretty amazing. Hey, if that's the way the stats roll, it's the way it rolls. Skinnnns
with a cookie crumb.
Yeah, this is one of the more weather-affected games of the week. Small chance of rain showers, but winds are up to 15 miles an hour. You got a domed team in Arizona finally getting to play outside in warm weather. I don't think that matters too much, but I still like Miami, and I got 7 on them.
7 on Miami for that. Commish.
Tua might be eligible to come back, but who knows if he's all going to be there. I got 12 points on Arizona.
12 points on Arizona. Yeah, and you're right. I heard that he is trying to come back. He is requesting the padding around the helmet, the new helmet that is optional for players to wear.
The Guardian cap?
Yeah.
He said he won't use it.
That's what, yes, you're right. He said he won't use it, which is like, dude, come on, man. Yeah. You need to keep your brain into your 40s. You're not going to have it very much. I'm kind of with Joe on this one. I don't think either of these teams are doing too much with it, but I think Miami is a better option. So I'm going to I meant to do 3 points on 3 points on Arizona for me. There we go. All right, Icehouse, you get the New York Jets going to New England.
I'm like, New York Jets would have been a better way to put it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Should I keep riding the Jets train till they finally crash into a wall and can't possibly make the playoffs? And Aaron Rodgers finally has to admit the team is shit because it's his own damn fault? Yes, I think I will. 9 points on the Jets.
9 points.
Like, finally, man, admit you're washed up and garbage. It's not the coach's fault. It's not your teammates' fault. I love how he answered a question from the media. This is from a guy who goes on a weekly show with the other dumbass in the media, Pat McAfee. He goes on a weekly show. It's like it is. They asked him. It's like, do you think you guys should just ignore the media and whatnot? He's like, yeah, and whatnot. It's like, well then, why are you talking to them on a weekly show, dumb fuck? Like,
yeah.
Like, you're telling them,
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, you guys.
I would hardly call
Here's the
Pat McAfee
problem.
the media.
Yeah. I like Pat
Well,
McAfee. He's the
ESPN's
kicker,
making
right?
the
He's the
media.
punter guy.
Yeah,
He's
Yeah,
a
he's the-
douchebag.
yeah, but I would hardly call him the media. I mean, ESPN only picked up his show from YouTube was because he was pulling views from ESPN because people would rather watch, a bunch of meatheads fucking sit around and talk than watch a lot of stuff that's on ESPN. That's the only reason why ESPN picked it up.
Well, I mean, technically,
Yeah,
due to the
because he
nature
got
of his
Aaron
job, he
Rodgers.
does classify as being media.
Oh, this is true. Mm.
If you've ever seen the Pat McAfee Georgia Alabama clip pregame, I highly recommend it. It was one of the biggest troll jobs in the world. It's hilarious.
Yeah, he is a jerk, but there has been some legitimate moments where he has been
He's
a
not even a jerk.
nuisance
He's
on
just
the
a
field.
fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I heard they put him on what's that weekend football show? College Game Day Live. It's like they put him on that. It's like, good lord, now you've made that show unwatchable. Pat McAfee on anything adds nothing to the conversation.
Oh, I gotta say,
It's
all
like,
I
hey,
really know are his
you're a
highlights.
meathead moron that doesn't know anything about anything.
Oh,
Pat
now I have to
McAfee
see this
out to
guy.
ruin Boss's day.
Yeah.
That's it, boss. I'm just going to
Pretty
text you nothing but Pat McAfee clips from now on.
Good. Yeah. I'm gonna make Boss listen to.
I mean, it was bad enough that he gave Aaron Rodgers
and Pat
attention. It's like,
McAfee talk show.
it's like, Pat McAfee, I've only made it big because I gave Aaron Rodgers time to talk on my dumbass show nobody was watching.
I think he was a little big before that, but okay.
Yeah.
all right. So we got here. Icehouse put 9 on the Jets here. Skinnnns, where you got your score with?
Let me get back to my tab here.
I have to watch more. I only know Pat McAfee for his antics on the field, like his highlights. Seems like he's kind of silly on the field.
I got the Jets for 14.
The Jets for 14. Well, like him covering his an onside kick that he covered himself, like stuff like that. Recovered. Excuse me. Yeah. All right. So 14 on the Jets from Skinnnns. Commish.
I got 6 on the Jets.
6 on the Jets. I will be going New England. I'm sorry, you don't have it. Oh boy, 8 on the Jets. Oh boy. Groady.
I got 6 on New England.
6 on New England. A little on the contrarian side for that. Good deal. Back up to Skinnnns. Hot Atlanta getting hosted by Blazer Mayfield.
Hot Atlanta. Man, that's a 5-point swing for this game. Ooh. This almost makes Atlanta too easy, and I feel like then it's going to backfire. But you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm not changing. I'm not going opposite day. Going with what I say. Atlanta 11.
Atlanta 11 for that. All right, Commish.
I got 15 points on Maker Bayfield.
Maker Bayfield, 15 points. I'm gonna go. I think Baker Mayfield. I think he'll do good. I just think he's got a new wide receiver core he's got to throw to. I'm gonna do 13 on Hot Atlanta. Groady.
Ooh, shit, I forgot about that. Oh,
Yeah, they've got no Godwin and no Evans.
I can't go Tampa Bay. I gotta go 15 on Atlanta.
Okay.
Oh, so AKA nobody.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, no, they've got well, they've got Rashad White. And I've heard
Oh,
good
whoa,
things.
Rashad White, running back.
Well,
That's who they're going to throw.
They've got that
Are
guy.
they-
Would have been a wide receiver.
You mean Rashad White RB3 for the Bucks?
Yeah. Not even RB1 anymore.
Who's their tight end? I heard that's got a high
Cade
prospect.
Ott.
Cade Otten. Yeah. So you might do a thing. All right, so that's 15 on Atlanta. Icehouse.
I got 15 on Atlanta.
15 on
Yeah,
Atlanta.
there's no one left to fucking throw to.
Commish, you've got the 15 on Baker Mayfield. Still sticking with that?
Sure, why not?
Okay. All right. Like that there. Man sticks with the plan.
Atlanta's got no film on those unknown wide receivers. They don't know what they're
very
going to do.
Well, probably because they don't need film.
Cooper Kupp is incoming.
Yeah, really. No kidding. They kind of might need him for this. Commish, you've got the Packers going down to Jacksonville.
Oh, let's get back to that Tabaroonie. I got 10 points on Green Bay.
10 points on Green Bay.
Yeah, Jacksonville's back stateside. They can't win.
Yeah. This is Jacksonville. They're so bad this year. They're barely a team. Did I win max points on Miles Jack last week? I didn't even look.
Yes.
I did. It could happen again.
Again, it's because they were the favorite overseas. Otherwise, they weren't winning.
From one home.
That game was here in Jacksonville or in New England, they lose.
Well, still, I got to go with the max points, Miles Jack. Let's see where that takes me. Probably not anywhere good. Groady.
I've got 10 points on the Packers.
10 points on Green Bay. Icehouse.
I just can ride this favorite train to the end of the station this week. 11 points on Green Bay.
11 points on Green Bay. This is the system.
Let's see how this works out.
Yeah, it might be like last week. You might do amazing like that. So if it's
I was looking ahead, and I'm like, you know what? I can take all the favorites. It's cool.
Yeah, or at least at the very least, like that's 2 weeks ago. It could be like actually last week where it was more or less even for that, but it could work.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I got a Packers dozen.
A Packers dozen. Ugh. It's a lot of cheese. Okay, I've got Houston hosting Indy. I've got no reason I would want to go with any. I'm just going to go with the favorites on this one. 9 points on Houston for me. Groady.
I got 7 points on the Colts.
7 points on Indy. Icehouse.
I'll take a deuce on Houston.
Drops a deuce in Texas. All right, Skinnnns.
8 on Houston.
8 on Houston and the Commish.
I also have 8 on Houston.
8 on Houston. The Groady Indy cheese is the contrarian stands alone for that. Good. Groady, you've got Los Angeles Chargers hosting New Orleans.
If nobody is continuing to play for New Orleans, by nobody I mean Derek Carr, I'm going to take the Chargers for 4.
Chargers.
But if Derek Carr's playing, I'll probably switch to the state.
That's fair. That's a fair assessment. It really is. All right, Icehouse.
This might have been the one game I wanted to take an underdog on. So I'll take 1 point on the Chargers.
1 point on the
Chargers. 7.5 seems like a lot.
All right, Skinnnns.
The Saints and Kamara have agreed to a 2-year, $24 million extension.
Oh.
Because he may be their only healthy player for the next 2 years. With that, I still take the Chargers for half a dozen.
Half a dozen on the Chargers. Commish.
I got 5 points on New Orleans.
5 points on New Orleans. And I don't know what to do with this game. I think I'm just going to put a 1 on the other Harbaugh. And then let's see. I think there's one game left here. That's going to go to Icehouse to start. You've got Denver hosting Carolina.
No one picked this game.
And to complete my all favorites lineup, 12 points on Denver.
12 points on.
This is going to be a fucking riot. How
Yeah,
this one pans out.
This is going to be harsh. Skinnnns.
I wasn't really planning on it. It just kind of
Just
worked
to
out
mess
that
up.
way, and I'm like,
All right.
like I said, about halfway through, I realized, I'm like, fuck it. You know what? Well, let's go.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll try something.
I had Denver, but just to mess up Chris's perfect bracket this week, I'm going to pick Carolina for 1.
He's going to pick 1 on Carolina. I like it. Commish.
Yeah, I got 4 points on Carolina.
4 points on Carolina. I've only got one choice. Dollar Yo on the Denver D at home. So 11 on Denver. Groady.
I got 5 points on Denver. It was actually one of the things I was going to point out too. That was the other big reason why I switched, even with Derek Carr played. Right now on the road against the spread, Denver with their win this week, last week they're 4-0. I understand they're at home this week, but I'm just saying that was the other reason why I switched last week to Denver because they're 4-0 against the spread on the road.
Wow, interesting. All right, cool. Make sure you click save your picks. Don't be like me a while back where I forgot to do that. All right, and then for Around the Horn, we got 43 points for Groady, 44 points for the Commish, 48 points for Skinnnns, and in the lead this week is Icehouse with 50 points. Amazing. What a guy. What a guy for that there. That'll do it for the week, folks. Hey, like, comment, and subscribe. Hey, next subscriber gets a hat. But you have to have made it past the first 15 seconds of the show to actually do anything here. So, all right, folks. We'll see you around on the next one. See you later. Bye.